Well, good afternoon, church. Pastor Phil and I here. We just want to take a minute to update you and keep in touch. Obviously, we're not in person, but we really just have a heart and desire to, through video and online, keep in touch and update you on some things. So we're just going to take a minute to do that today, and Pastor Phil is going to start with a scripture verse here.
Yeah, and I just want to add to what my brother said. Is we know this isn't as good as being in person. Hopefully this is a little bit more personal than an email, but we're here in front of the church. The doors are closed. This is a unique time that we're really praying the Lord is going to open doors for the gospel until we can open these doors. And we're just looking at 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 12, where he says, "Keep your conduct among the Gentiles honorable, so that when they speak against you as evildoers, they may see your good deeds and glorify God on the day of visitation. Be subject for the Lord's sake to every human institution, whether it be to the emperor as supreme or to governors, as sent by him to punish those who do evil and to praise those who do good. For this is the will of God, that by doing good you should put to silence the ignorance of foolish people. Live as people," he says, "who are honoring everyone, love the brotherhood, fear God, and honor the king." And so those are various principles in God's word that we're talking through, thinking through, praying through, wanting to obviously honor everything God's word calls us to. And so today we're here just to kind of give you some updates on some things that we've been talking through, praying through as a church. And so I'm going to start off with just talking about what's going on with children's and youth ministry with Pastor Corey here.
Yeah, one of the exciting things over the last month has been that Chris Dwyer and the junior high ministry and Kevin Freeman with the high school ministry they've continued to meet on Sunday nights. So if you weren't aware of that, reach out to Kevin Freeman or Chris Dwyer. You can find their names in the back of the church directory there. But to get connected with them on the Zoom call that they're doing each week. And then this last Sunday we made a sad but at the same time hopeful announcement, even though we're having to postpone VBS this year. That's the decision that we've come to as an eldership and as a VBS leadership team. We're really excited about the potential and the possibilities that the Lord may bring our way this summer. We don't exactly know the timing, but we are praying about ways that we can continue to reach our children and our community and create opportunities for the young people in our church this summer to serve in an outreach way. And for many of you who signed up to volunteer this year, you're looking forward to that. We want to keep thinking about and coming up with creative ways to engage our community. I just met our neighbors down at the bottom of the hill here the other day. They've got 2 kids and we're praying for them, but I know you're praying as well. So just know that we're praying through those things, whether that's an event that we could do here on campus in August or September. We don't know when that will be, but we're praying about those things. We're thinking about those things. Don't despair. Hope in the Lord. Trust in Him. He's in this. He's the one who's allowed this in our world. And so just for any of you who might be discouraged thinking about VBS or children's ministry this summer, pray and ask the Lord to give you hope and trust in Him in this. We don't have to despair, but we can trust that the Lord is working in these things and even through these tough things. So I just wanted to give you another encouragement about VBS, and we'll have some more things to share coming up in the next week or so. But I just wanted to mention a note about that we're praying through those things. And if you have any creative ideas or things that you've thought about in light of the announcement Sunday, please send those to me. Send me an email or a text message or give me a phone call. I'd love to hear from you regarding those things.
And just to add to that, this was originally, we were planning a VBS in early June, and obviously just there's a lot of work that needs to come before that factored into people having to gather together to work. And so at this point it looks like having hundreds of people gathering in the next few weeks is probably not going to be a reality, but we're absolutely wanting to see what we can do with children's ministry this summer. And so I'm just be encouraged, be praying, but also as you have ideas as to ways we can still do something, probably not in June, but perhaps later this summer. The whole heart behind VBS, having an outreach for kids and for our community, we're still praying that can happen later. It's just we just can't commit because we're seeing how James chapter 4 says that we need to, as we make plans, say, if the Lord wills. So if the Lord wills, we are still hoping to do something for our kids as soon as we can.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Just on another note, this Sunday we have an exciting opportunity. John Rucker, this last Sunday, had a Sunday school class on what is God's will. That was well attended. This Sunday, we have Ron Foltz teaching another class on his God, Gold, and the Gospel financial class. So we're going to be streaming that on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook channel at the Sunday School Hour, 8:45 a.m., as well as Bob Johnson's class going through Nehemiah. So you have a couple options this Sunday. If you're not able to tune in at 8:45 Sunday morning, you can re-watch those on Facebook or on YouTube. And if you're not able to make it Sunday morning for that time. So that's exciting. We're just wanting to allow our teachers to continue to teach and encourage us and equip us from God's Word. So those are two opportunities coming up this Sunday morning.
And along with that, there's other videos and things that we're working on that we want to make available to you. There are some midweek things we're talking about, and possibly a Sunday night or other times. We're thinking through what works best for different people and different platforms, but we're wanting to actually be increasing God's Word going forth, and it has been, but we're thinking about ways we can continue the teaching that had been planned for this time. We're looking at how we can keep as much as possible or all of that going. So you'll hear more this weekend and the week ahead as we pursue those things. But be praying for us and be encouraged, because we're encouraged, even though I know there's discouragements in this time as well.
Yeah. And maybe just lastly, maybe there's a couple other things, but we just wanted to make you aware that if you have any financial needs or struggles right now, the Lord has blessed our church. You all have been so gracious and generous to be giving to our benevolence fund. So please, if you have a financial need, don't go without that being made known. Please contact Mike Cote. He's one of our new deacons, and he's going to be overseeing our benevolence fund. So please reach out to him. Again, his name, number, and email are in the back of your directory there. But we as a body want to be caring for one another in love, and that's one practical way that we can do that. So please make any of those kinds of needs known, and we want to prayerfully consider how we can support each other in this time.
And some people have asked, how has our church been doing financially in terms of our monthly giving since this all happened? And so actually we're encouraged to hear that the Lord has actually blessed us. I think there's been some generous people, just like Pastor Corey mentioned, giving to benevolence and giving to our regular fund to help us in this time. So continue to keep praying for each other, and obviously there are some people who are in our church economically impacted by this, and as a church we want to come alongside and support them, and we're thankful to the Lord that He is continuing to provide all of our financial needs in this time. But we know over time there's going to be an impact to a number of our people, so we want to be praying for them, and we really want to rally around them as a church. And so benevolence is a part of that, but also as you continue to faithfully give and support the church in other practical ways, that's important for us to continue that, because this could be a good period of time ahead of us.
Well, it's good to connect with you. Just know that our hearts are for you. We wish we could see you face to face, but we're praying for you as elders. We love you. We know that you're praying for one another. Keep pointing each other to God's truth, and we look forward to talking face to face soon.